Hey there! In this video, I'm going to show you how to create custom cursors for your website without writing a single line of code. But what are custom cursors? Well, here are a few examples. See how this cursor has been customized here by having that flip text right next to the cursor. In this case, the cursor has changed to the view project link, and the moment we hover over the cards, we see the view project. Let's just scroll down a little bit and we'll see all these links here like home and 404 page licensing. All of these have a custom cursor. For every link there's a custom cursor and there's this circle icon. And in this case it's pretty simple. The moment I hover over the images, the cursor changes into an arrow. Now it's time for us to create our own custom cursors, for which I downloaded this free template from Framer's template library. It's an awesome website design, but then I don't see any custom cursors here, so I thought it would be a good example to sort of try and learn how to do custom cursor for the purpose of this tutorial. And let's just go back here. So creating custom cursors won't take you more than 2 minutes to learn. It's that easy, but in this particular tutorial, we're going to explore multiple variations of that. So stay tuned till the end and you will learn to create a bunch of custom cursors. And then obviously you can explore a bunch of them on your own as well. So here I've created a frame and rounded it corners to make it look like a circle. Now I'm going to give it a random fill color. Let's just go with this hot pink. And let's just select it and I'm going to name it, let's just name it circle cursor. Now let's change the circle into a cursor. So we'll create a component here. We'll call it circle cursor. And in here, we will create another state here, that is the pressed state of this cursor. So I'm going to add here a pressed state. And in the pressed state, I want the size to be slightly smaller. So like when I click on it, it sort of gets a little smaller. That is what I want here. So this is the pressed state of the circle. And now what will happen is, I'll also create another variant here. Now this is my default state, and the initial state that I have is my default state. I'm going to create a hover state as well. I'm going to name it hover. Now, in the hover state, I'm going to change the properties a little bit. Let's just reduce the opacity slightly. And I'm also changing the size of the circle a little bit. Not a lot. So yeah, this is my hover state. So whenever I hover over something, this is what will appear. Now, how am I going to set this cursor as my custom cursor? So for the section that I want this custom cursor to happen, I'm going to select that section. Now this is the entire hero section here which I have selected. So for this particular section, I want a custom cursor. So I've selected that. Now I'm going to go all the way down to cursor and I'm going to add custom cursor. But before that, what is a web cursor? Now web cursors are some ready-made cursors that you get which are commonly used on websites, which you can see here. There's a hand cursor, there's an arrow. So for example, if I use this arrow and I select this arrow here, let's just cross it out, and when I play it, so for this particular hero section, I'll get that, particular arrow here. So yeah, so for this particular section, I've selected that, but I don't want that custom other web cursor here, so I'm going to get rid of it. Let's just add a custom cursor. So I'm going to select custom cursor here, go to component and go all the way to circle cursor. Once I've selected the circle cursor, I'll get an option to choose between follow and replace. I don't want this to follow, I want it to replace. We'll explore follow later on. In this particular example, let's just do replace. And I'm also going to add a transition spring. Let's just cross that out. Now, when you see it, we have a custom cursor here. It's so simple, like for this particular section, we have that custom cursor. Now, if you see, if I'm clicking on it, the custom cursor is sort of, getting smaller in size. So I've clicked here and you see how I have been navigated to this section, but that clicking interaction is happening. Now say within the hero section, I want to sort of have the hover variant of the cursor. So for this particular section, I'm going to select, I am going to go to cursor again. Now since this is inside the hero section, we will just go to set variant because the cursor has already been set. So let's just go to set variant and change the variant from default to hover. So now in this particular section of the hero section, we will see how the cursor changes into the hover variant that we had created. So yeah, right outside the section, it is the simple default cursor, and inside it's the translucent one. So yeah, it's very simple. We can also sort of edit this further. Let's just go back to the component and see I want to sort of edit this. I want to change the size and I'm going to just add some text maybe. So I'm going to make it longer right here and probably just press Command T and write view here. And I'm going to center align it to this button sort of a shape that I have created. So once that is done, we're also going to change the color here. Maybe I want to change it to white. Or, you know what, because it's a white background, white may not be visible. So on a second thought, I'm going to change it back to black. And yeah, let's just view it. So now, you see how this changes to the view sort of a cursor. And the transition is also super smooth. It's very easy and it's super fun to do. I mean, you can explore with colors and sizes and a lot other things. Now, what if I get rid of the transition here and I make it instant? You saw that right now it was very smoothly transitioning, but now if you see, it's very instant. So I don't like this one. It seems a little too abrupt. But yeah, you can always, the idea of showing this is that you can always, alter these things as per your need. I'm going to select this and change it back to spring. So yeah, once that is done, we can always create another hover state or a pressed state. So let's just create a pressed state here. I'm just going to make it smaller. Let's just change the text to maybe 12 pixels from 16 pixels. And also change the size of this button here. So yeah, let's just do that and center align it once again. And once that is done, we will go back and let's just play it. So now here we had the clicking state for the circle cursor, but now we also have the clicking state for the view cursor. And it's a similar interaction, but it's always fun to explore. So yeah, this was example number 1 where we explored the easiest custom cursor you can try. Let's just hop on to the next example right here now. Now, just to show you how easy and free it is to design any custom cursor that you want to, I'm using the graphic pen tool here to create this arrow sort of a thingy right here. And it's very similar to the Figma cursors that you see. And I'm going to just the points a little bit here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the stroke and add a fill here. Let's just add a random blue color and make it 100% opacity and get rid of the stroke. So this is the shape that I want the cursor to be. And I'm going to use, I'm going to press F here and I'm going to create a frame. In here, I'm going to write any text here. So I'm going to write, Rise Design Studio in here. So let's just type that. And I'm going to select this thing here and change the color to be blue again. And I'm going to place the text right inside it in the center. So yeah, once that is done, I'm going to select both these elements here and create a frame. I'm going to add a frame and I'm going to get rid of the fill. We don't need that. So let's just rename the frame here. Now this is going to be the second cursor. Let's make this text slightly bolder. Let's just make it bold right here. And I'm going to select this frame and rename it to name cursor. Now you know what you have to do. We have to create a component again to make this a custom cursor. And again, we're going to create another variant right here. Now this is my primary variant in which I'm going to hide this text. But for that, let's just create another variant first. And in the primary variant, I'm going to reduce the opacity of this particular text here, the button that we created. I'm going to bring it back in the second variant. Now let's name the first variant as hide name and the second variant as show name. So now we have two states for this particular cursor. Let's just go back to home and let's move on to the section where we want this particular cursor to happen. So let's just select the section right underneath the hero section here. So I'm selecting this one right here and I'm going all the way down to cursor and adding a custom cursor here. So I'm going to select that and change the component here and select name cursor component that we just created And the variant here we want now to be hide. We don't want to show the name. And we'll keep it replace and change the transition to spring. Now in this particular section where the text is there, I want to set the variant here to show. So I'm going to change the hide to show name here. So now when I hover outside the section, it will be only the cursor, the arrow, but with the text, it will also show the name. So yeah, see how it works so smoothly. So here I have the default cursor. Here where the section has been selected for the custom cursor is where I see the arrow, and on the text I see the cursor with the name. So yeah, we just created a very cool custom cursor. Now let's just go back and look at another option that we can explore here, which also is super easy. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to duplicate this cursor we just created, because the third cursor that we are exploring is very related to the second one, but it's completely different. However, we're going to use the same shapes. So I'm going to, detach this, and we're going to create this from scratch again. We don't need these elements now. And I'm going to select this and I'm going to remove frame. So yeah, I have this shape right here. I'm going to go to graphics again and select the line tool, the pen tool, and create another triangle, which is going to be my play button. So once I've created that, I'm going to just adjust the point a little bit and change the fill to maybe white and bring up the opacity. So yeah, let's just adjust it slightly. And I'm going to get rid of the stroke here. I don't want the stroke, so let's just get rid of that. So yeah, once that is done, I'm going to make it slightly rounded in the corners. I want it to be slightly smoother. I'm going to select these corners, and I'm going to add maybe a very little, maybe like around 2 pixels. And I'm also going to make this one slightly rounded. So let's just select this, all the points again, and change the corner radius to maybe 1. So this looks better. Now what you have to do is I'm going to place this right on top of this. You might be wondering what I'm doing, but it'll all be clear in a bit. And I'm going to add a frame here. Now this frame, I don't need a fill. I'm going to make it slightly bigger in size. And I'm going to just reposition these elements inside the frame, just like that. And this play button should be in the center of the frame. And this arrow can be slightly below, or just adjust it the way you like. And I'm going to add a very big radius number to the frame. I want it to be a circle. Now I'm going to create a component, but first let's just rename it. I'm calling it Myriad Cursor. So yeah, now let's just create a component right here. So we'll go create component. And now what we're going to do here is we are going to create another variant right here. And in the second variant, I'm going to increase the size of this arrow in a way that it sort of covers the entire frame. So yeah, you just need to sort of scale this up. And you can also rotate it to ensure it sort of covers the entire area nicely. And now when I have made this an entire circle, I think this is not in the center. Let's just bring the play button in the center. And here I'm also going to just ensure it's in the center, but it doesn't really matter a lot because it's anyway going to animate from variant 1 to variant 2. But yeah, once that is done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select variant 1, and in this I'm going to reduce the opacity of the play button because we don't want that here. So it has also reduced the opacity in variant 2, so we'll change that. And let's just, I'm pretty sure you can guess what the direction will be now. But let's just rename this to hide, because we are hiding the play button here. And the variant 2, we can just rename it to show. So yeah, now that is done, what we're going to do is we're going to select the section where we want this particular custom cursor. I'm going to go down and I'm going to select this area right here. And let's go all the way down to cursor again. Here it is. So we select custom cursor. And this time we want it to be the Myriad Cursor. So I'm going to just select or just type in here. And the variant we want to show now is hide. And we want to replace, and the transition will be spring. So that is there. And in this particular section, let's just change the variant to show from hide. So the play button will show here and the arrow will transition to the play button. Sounds exciting. Let's just have a look at it now. So I'm going to click on the play button here, and let's just go down And wow, well, this is how it's working. It is a regular arrow, but the moment it comes near the text on top, it changes into a play button. To see how this happens, you can do that for any text really. Wherever you want a custom cursor, you can select that particular section and add your own custom cursor, whatever you have designed. So it's that simple. For example, here I'm changing the color now just to see how it looks. So let's just put some random purple color. And now when we play it, we'll see how it's transitioning from blue to purple. So the cursor is blue, but when you go near the text, it'll change to purple. Well, you can do a bunch of things, honestly. Like, this is just a few very simple examples. And yeah, looks pretty cool. And it's time for us to move on to the next example. So yeah, let's just go back from here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to insert. Now what we're going to try is a magical cursor. So let's just zoom in slightly and go to insert. In here, I'm going to go to icons and we're going to go to hero icons here. Let's just select that. Now I'm going to go to the section, the component here. And I'm going to select star because I don't want a whole magical icon. I want to create a magical icon using the star shape here. We need to add some effects right here. So let's just select star, go to effects and go to loop. Let's just add a delay of maybe 1. Opacity can be 0 and reduce the opacity to 0. Let's just change the rotation here to 3D. And I'm going to keep the rotation on y-axis to 40 and on z-axis maybe somewhere around 128. And I'm going to offset it on the y-axis by 128 again. And I want it to, be, I'm going to select maybe easen. So yeah, now you're wondering what it looks like, right? So let's just, why am I doing all of this? I'll show you in a bit. So let's just first do that for the rest of the stars as well. We're going to duplicate it. And since all the effects will also be duplicated, we're just going to simply duplicate the first star that we created. You must be getting a slightly confused as in what is happening, why are we doing all of this? It will all be clear in a bit. Just hang in there for a few more minutes and we'll be right there. So yeah, we're just going to duplicate these stars and I'm just changing the delay here maybe from 0.6. Let's just bring it to 0.2 and I'm changing the opacity here to show you what it looks like. So see, it goes down and it's basically a loop effect. It will fall from the sky and it'll go down rotating. So that's what we're trying to create here. I'm going to create a 4th star here, resize it again, and again the effect has been copied as well. And I'm going to change the delay to maybe this time 1.2. Or maybe 1.1. So yeah. Once that is done, I'm going to just change the color of the star here. I'm going to give it a random blue color. I'm going to change it slightly. I'm going to make it slightly different for each star because I want to bring that magical sort of a feeling where it sort of bring that twinkling star effect. So yeah, I'm going to select all of these together and create a frame. Get rid of the fill here, we don't need it. And let's just rename this frame to maybe content. And I'm going to select content now. Let's just select it and create a component here. So once we do that, we will just call it, I'm going to call it star component actually. So let's just call it star here because I want the cursor to be a star. So star cursor here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to select these stars here and I'm going to add another frame because I want to add opacity to this particular frame here. So once I've done that, I'm going to create another variant. This is my variant 2. Now in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the opacity of frame 1. But let's just first call it star content and change this to star content as well. And let's just change the opacity of the star content to 0. But in variant 2, we'll bring it all the way up to 100. Now let's just quickly rename these variants to hide and show. Now let's just play this one. Now in the hidden one, you can't really see anything. But in show, you'll see that loop effect working. Now this is what we were doing when we were adding the effects. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the section where we want to add this custom cursor, this magical one. So I'm going to select that. And let's just go all the way to cursor, custom cursor. And here we'll select the component star cursor. The variant will be hidden and the cursor will be set to follow and the position will be bottom. We wanted to align it to the right side and the offset will be 0, 0. Let's change the transition to spring. Now if you play it, you'll see, let's just go to that section and we'll see we can't really see anything because it's hidden. We chose the hidden variant here. Now what we'll do is, you want the magic to happen, right? So we will select this particular section here and change the variant here. We'll go to set variant and change it to show. So now within this section, when you scroll, when you hover over, stars will appear and I'm very excited to see it. Let's just see how it looks. Well, we scroll a little extra, let's just go back up. So now you see on the purple box, the stars are appearing, but outside it's not. So yeah, that's what the cursor was about. To make it more evident, let's just resize the screen maybe, because currently it's just hiding slightly. So we'll just resize it. And you see how the stars are appearing here, right next to the cursor. And this is the follow setting that we had. Instead of replace, we selected follow this time. And right outside the purple box, the stars disappear. So yeah, we just did our own magical cursor. Let's just go back and I'm going to select the purple box as well. And I'm going to go to cursor, set variant and change the variant to show, which it is here. So let's just play it again. So now let's just resize it. And when you look at that section here, let's just wait till we arrive to that section. And yeah, so the stars are following me here as well. So this is our magical cursor. It disappears when we are on the section, but it appears when we are on that particular box that we have selected. So yeah, that was a very cool interaction, I feel. A very cool custom cursor that one should definitely explore and try around. So yeah, now it's time for us to try the last cursor that we're going to learn today. That is the image cursor. A lot of time we see images, appearing whenever hovering over certain elements. So I'm adding a frame here and I'm making it, a circle here. And I'm also going to just resize it slightly. I'm going to change the fill. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to image and I'm going to go to unsplash here. I'm going to select any random image here for the purpose of the tutorial. So I'm just selecting this desktop view. Let's just select that and I'm going to rename it to image. We're going to create a component and let's just do that. And there's no variant needed. We just need like one variant here in this case, and I'm going to call it image. This will be the name of the component when selecting the custom cursor. Now let's just add this in here. I'm setting this title in the hero section and I'm creating a custom cursor. And I'm going to select image here and let's just say follow because I want it right next to the arrow cursor. And I'm going to change the position here to left and maybe change the offset here a little bit and align it to the bottom. We can change the transition to spring. Well, that's it. And now when you hover over this, you will see that there's this image following your cursor whenever you're hovering over the text. Now you can always edit this further. So I'm going back to this component and I'm going to add an effect here. Maybe I want to add an appear effect here. Now I wanted to sort of, maybe scale in. And when I do that now, you can add any appear effect that you want to or any other effect. And when you now hover over it, you see the image sort of scales in. So yeah, that's all for this tutorial. I hope you found this helpful and learned something new today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.